A beautiful stroke of art, bogged down by slow and mundane gameplay. Kirby is the pink puffball we all know and love, but it also feels like he gets the most experimental treatment in the Nintendo universe, especially in the art department. Kirby has had a bunch of strange titles, most of them working out quite well. Kirby Tilt and Tumble, Kirby Canvas Curse, Epic Yarn, Stars Stacker, the list goes on. Kirby and the Rainbow Curse fits into that category perfectly, but without quite the same results. The Rainbow Curse starts off with Kirby and Waddle Dee, when a rift in the space-time continuum appears, draining all the color out of Dreamland, freezing everything. Aline, I don't know if this is supposed to be a paint pun, I'm not totally sure. Anyways, this little adorable paintbrush from Seventopia. Wow, how did I not get Seventopia before? Well, I guess I know how many worlds this game's gonna have. Kirby gets his lovable pink color back, and off he goes to slowly but surely bring back color to the world. Keyword there being slowly. Kirby and the Rainbow Curse is a very slow-paced game for the most part. You are handed the stylus and the Wii U gamepad to act as a canvas of sorts, drawing lines of the gamepad to direct Kirby to wherever he needs to be. Kirby does roll with momentum, but not a great extent unless tapped by the stylus. Then he will launch a little bit forward into enemies or objects. Let's start with actually moving Kirby. It just feels slow. Nothing he does is really considered high speed. He just rolls here, rolls there, rolls everywhere, but he's in no hurry to get anywhere. Maybe that's for a younger audience to make things a bit easier, which I guess I can understand, but personally I was not a fan. Using the gamepad as a canvas, great idea. In the Wii U era, the gamepad always felt a little underutilized, but in this case it certainly wasn't, because you basically can only play the Rainbow Curse on the gamepad. I mean, you can play it on your TV, but trying to use the stylus without looking at the gamepad and draw accurate lines is just frustrating. So don't even bother, just use the gamepad as the screen, put on a TV show in the background, and call it a day. The few different transformations that Kirby gets actually felt like they played a lot better than the main game, surprisingly. They were easy to control. You often didn't use the brush to control movement for Kirby in these modes, but more used to aim as attacks. Just tapping or holding onto the screen usually moved Kirby. Each of the 28 levels in the game do provide a series of treasure chests to find, but nothing too challenging in getting them, and they provide very little experience as a whole. This game is wonderfully made and is a piece of art that I loved instantly. I would actually love to see them do a mainstream Kirby game with this art style. I think that the clay form suits Kirby and his world perfectly, and the creativity and design of the worlds really helps bring the game to life in many ways. Unfortunately, you are not going to get to spend a lot of time in those worlds, because this game, as with most Kirby games to be brutally honest, is incredibly short. 28 levels, like I said, 7 worlds, and now subtract 7 bosses, and we have about 21 real levels of maybe 3 to 5 minute levels of gameplay at most. Even with the challenge mode levels added in, this game at best you might be able to stretch to 5 hours, and that is with the slow pacing of the gameplay. I can see where Nintendo was going with Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. I can also see how people of a younger audience would enjoy this game, but I just didn't. It's short, it's slow, which makes me wonder if Kirby did go faster how quick this game actually would be, and with very little mechanics to the game, it's just a claytastic world that is filled with very little gameplay. I'm going to give this game a Boro rating at best. It's not trash, I've played far worse, but it didn't really leave me with much desire to play it again, unlike a lot of other Kirby games. Thank you guys for watching. As always, these are just my opinions on the game. If you disagree, that's cool. If you like this video, then hit like. If you really liked it, then subscribe. And tell all your friends, share the video, all that jazz. Maybe go check out some other videos kicking around on my channel. I do lots of weird stuff. I play games. They're all video game related, 90% of them. Until next week, later, Internet.